In this video, I want to share my thoughts on those who choose to skip leg day. And in short, I honestly don't care what other men decide to do with their legs. I really don't care. I'm too busy worrying about my own gains and my own development that if some gym bro decides not to do squats and he just wants to do cardio and he's happy with his little chicken legs, whatever, I think that's perfectly fine. I don't see a moral reason for one to do legs other than you'll be ostracized from the rest of your gym buddies. Oh, you gotta train your legs. But I can assure you that most people who walk the streets don't give a fuck about your leg size. They really, really don't care. And if you're lifting to impress other people, or you're lifting to impress gym bros or athletes, whatever, I think you're lifting for the wrong reasons. And in my opinion, if you are truly satisfied with your leg size, even if it's mediocre, I think that's perfectly fine. I think every lifter is entitled to their own aesthetic opinions. Aesthetics are 100% subjective. Some people prefer the bare mode look, which is a higher body fat looking stacked to the max. Others like more of a leaner type of hybrid. And then some prefer the shredded look where you take your shirt off, you look amazing, but with a shirt on, you're a little bit scrawny looking. And I think that's normal and fine. Everybody has the right to do what they want with their own bodies. And even if we talk about the athletic world, for instance, powerlifting, there's some guys who are bench press specialists. They choose not to do the squat and deadlift because they don't give a fuck about the lower body feats. They just want to have a nice bench. Now, no one talks crap about these people, except maybe a few serious powerlifters there. But for the most part, you see a guy with a strong bench, it's like, wow, it's fantastic. If the guy has average legs, I mean, people don't really care for the most part. So I really don't see a problem with this. Let's say you're a novice lifter and you already have naturally big legs, but you can only squat 185 or something. And you're like, man, why should I be squatting? I already have big legs. I think that's perfectly fine to skip legs. Absolutely. However, what I would recommend is cardio for your health. So you should be doing that. But beyond that, like if you're happy with your legs, even though you're a novice or you're an intermediate, or if you just don't care about squatting strength and you don't care about having massive legs, or you find the look to be ugly. Like personally, I find these huge tree trunks, it looks disgusting. I don't find that aesthetically appealing whatsoever. I would never want to look like that. Okay, and there was at some point in my training career, my legs were getting too big and I had to back off a little bit for that exact reason. Okay, so there's nothing wrong with it. Also, if a guy does a nucleus overload cycle, I know Brandon Carter actually did one. He squatted every day for about 90 days. And now whenever he trains his legs, they just grow super easily. If you're in that situation where your legs just grow like weeds all the time, I think it's fine to be lazy. I think it's perfectly fine and morally justified in every possible respect. Now, am I going to start recommending that you start skipping leg day and that you become lazy and all that? Absolutely not. No. I recommend legs. In my novice program, you see me emphasizing the squats and the deadlifts, right? And I've always said that the best way to build your legs is to train like a powerlifter. And I've done plenty of videos discussing the benefits of leg training for athletes and different ways to build them. So I'm not opposed to leg training whatsoever. Okay, I think it's fantastic. And I think most serious lifters are going to be training their legs. That said, though, I honestly don't care what some average gym bro decides to do with his leg training. If he just wants to do a bit of leg press, he doesn't want to focus on his squat so much, maybe has a 3-plate pole or something, I don't care. I really, really, really don't care. I'm too worried about my own gains to care about what another man's doing, okay? And that's just real talk. I think a lot of people on the internet, they take legs way too seriously, and it's just weird. Especially when we have this clear double standard when we're talking about calves. We got tons of gym bros all over the place who are skipping calves, including serious lifters, including serious power lifters. No one talks trash about them, yet when you wear shorts, what do you see? You see the calves. So you have these big quads, you got these big glutes, but then you got chicken calves, and you're supposed to be proud of that. I think it's cool that guys have embraced it, like Omar Isuf and his hashtag Team No Calves. I think that's badass. But why can't we have the same thing for regular leg days? I know Robert Frank, right, 615, he said he never gave a fuck about leg training. He just wanted to be swole as hell in the upper body. He wanted big chest, big arms. Now, I think that's fine. I honestly think that's fine, and you can do whatever you want. If you're happy with your leg size, if you're truly happy, I think that's fine. Now, if you're settling for mediocrity, that's where I have a problem. For me, I have no tolerance for mediocrity. If you're just a lazy, you know what? I have a problem with that. I have a problem with lazy people who don't want to get shit done. I have a problem with guys who don't set the bar very high, who set low standards for themselves. So if you're in that situation, you actually want big legs, but you're like, oh, I'm going to keep stopping, I have an issue with that. Same thing if you're trying to lose weight. If you're 100 pounds overweight and you keep delaying your diet and eating all this junk food, I have an issue with that. But let's say you are 15% body fat and you're genuinely, I'm using the word genuinely, content with that particular size. I don't have an issue with it. I think it's fine if you want to maintain it instead of getting leaner or more bulked. That's where it's okay. It's okay when you accept it. So if you accept having average leg size or average leg strength or whatever, and you just want to be Mr. Swole in the upper body, you want to have huge guns, you want 18-inch arms, you want a wide neck, big traps, and you don't care about your lower body that much, honestly, I think that is perfectly fine. Especially if you have good leg genetics and you're already doing cardio. So in short, I don't care what other men decide to do. I'm still going to recommend leg training, but if you want to be lazy and you want to skip leg day, and for example, if you're doing like a push-pull legs, if you just want to eliminate the leg day and just do push-pull and not even include lower body stuff, be my guest. Although I will say that I strongly recommend that you do cardio and that you hit your posterior chain in some type of way, at least in the form of reverse hypers or ankle leg curls, something so that you don't get joint pain, even body weight squats. So I am in favor of leg training. So don't try to think that I'm looking down upon it. Absolutely not. I respect guys who train their legs hardcore. But I'm just trying to say that you can do whatever you want. And I think it's morally justified in every possible respect. So that's it. Hope you enjoyed the segment. Let me know if you agree. And with that, I'll talk to you all next time.